One of the bigger problems that we tend to have with homes is humidity levels within the home. A lot of people don't understand what is the correct amount of humidity that we should be having in our homes depending on the times of years or the seasons that we're going through. It's very, very important to actually control the humidity in your home for many, many reasons. The sweet spot, I guess, as some people like to call it, is to have a humidity level in your home somewhere between 35% and 45%. There's about a 10% range where the occupants, the people in the home, are going to be happy, they're going to be comfortable, and the home's also going to function correctly as well. One thing that you can do to help control the humidity in your home is actually just to simply run a humidifier or dehumidifier. These things run pretty good. There's different types of dehumidifiers that we can go through. This one's very basic, very simple to operate. The nice thing about this one is it actually does have a little humidistat on here which tells me where it's set to. Right now it's telling me that we're at 45% humidity down here in the basement, which is a great spot. We don't want that humidity much higher than that. Ideally 35 to 45% is where we want to see that humidity range. Several reasons for that. When we get a lot of humidity in the home, what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing that your windows might start sweating. We're going to start getting a lot of condensation in different cold areas. Now, what happens with high humidity levels is that our homes are typically warmer than the outside in the winter times, and that, which is quite natural. Now the thing is that warm air will hold a lot more moisture than cold air will. So as the warmer the air gets, the more moisture can be stored inside that air. That makes us comfortable because things aren't dry, our skin doesn't dry out, our nose doesn't dry out, and that keeps us comfortable. But the problem is that when we get too much moisture, things are going to start sweating in that. So you'll notice sometimes in the winter time that you'll see little bits of condensation happening along your window. If you have too much humidity in your home, you might even see some puddles on the windowsills in and around your home. It's a sheer indication that you have high humidity levels within your home. Definitely need to be running a dehumidifier at that point in time. The problem is when we get that condensation is we can get other problems that happening as well. If you have hardwood floors, that hardwood floor is going to absorb that moisture and it's actually going to start expanding, and that flooring might even start to buckle. Another problem that may happen is that if we get condensation in different areas where there's any type of organic materials such as wood, anything like that, you can actually start getting mold growth happening inside your home as well. So we definitely want to keep that moisture level within that tolerance zone. On the other side of the coin though, what happens too is that if we don't have enough moisture in our home, we're going to have other problems. Again, we can go back to the hardwood flooring, where hardwood floor doesn't have enough moisture to maintain its stability, so it'll actually start to shrink and lose moisture in that, because that moisture has to come from somewhere. So if you start seeing your floor starting to separate or split or crack, again, sure indication that you don't have enough moisture in your home. You may also notice that there's a lot of static electricity in your home, or that your nose or your throat feels really dry all the time. Again, we want to add moisture to the home, and with that scenario, what's going to happen is that we're going to put a humidifier on our furnace, which will actually add some moisture to the home as the furnace is running. Other ways to control the moisture in your home too, though, are to, if you're showering, if you're cooking, it's amazing how much moisture just our day-to-day lives will put into the home. After you shower in the morning or in the evening, whenever you take a shower, make sure that you're running that bathroom fan, but don't just run that bathroom fan while you're in the shower. A good idea is to have a switch that has a timer on it even. Let that fan run for at least another 20 minutes or so after you're out of the bathroom, so that you don't just walk out and shut the fan off, because there's still a lot of moisture and humidity in the home. When you're cooking, make sure you run the overhead fan over top of the range, especially if you're boiling a lot of water or doing a lot of frying or anything like that. We want to try and control that moisture and get it out of the house. Day-to-day living, homes themselves give off moisture. It's amazing. We got a concrete floor here, which is actually nicely sealed at this time, which helps to contain that moisture, but even the foundation, any type of concrete, building materials, the wood that's used to build the home, they all give off moisture, especially in the first few years after construction. There's a lot of moisture just being released into the air normally through the components of the home itself. Again, makes it very important to run that dehumidifier.